was going to add this to the end of the video, but most people wouldn't see the end of the video. And this right here is just as important as the rest of it. Knowing where the virus came from and who paid for it. This can't all go on China. Whether you want to know it or you want to admit it, this ain't all China. You want to know who funded the virus? Who created the virus? Well, remember this name and know it's not this guy or this company, but Gilead Science or Gilead Sciences. I just saw this headline this morning. Gilead accelerates production of experimental coronavirus drug. And they're not going to charge for the current supply. They were able to increase production or bring it around within 6 months instead of the projected 1 year. Well, hell, if they have 1 million doses right now, that means they've been working on it for the past 6 months. It's funny because that patent was applied for 2020 by the same people that made the dadgum virus. People spend hours on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everything else that just spins your mind. But if you want to know who's killing people and who's going to bring the vaccine, watch the video. The information comes out of a worldwide respected magazine in the science and medical community. It's published. It's public. They're doing this stuff in your face because they know you're too occupied with other things. Watch the video, share it. Maybe other people will be interested in knowing who's killing people here, who's killing people around the world. That's what this is for. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're not sick. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Along with the first, let me say, I know a lot of people, most people like cat videos and dog videos, so I may put, a cat or a dog or a little bunny. Maybe those 3 animals right there will make somebody happy. To go along with the virus patents, vaccine patents and stuff, there's some other stuff that people need to know that happened in the past 8 to 10 years. There was a Chinese scientist, and her name is Zhengli Shi. This woman received a lot of grants from the United States for research. She's an editor of the Journal of Virology, a researcher at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, part of the Academy of Sciences. She's a member of the Virology Committee of the Chinese Society of Microbiology, editor of the Board of Virologica Sinica, and editor of the Chinese Journal of Virology and Journal of Fisheries of China. All right. In 2014, she received United States government grants for research, and it involved gain-of-function experiments involving both the SARS and bat coronavirus. A joint research of University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and Wuhan Institute of Virology with Ralph S. Barrick. He's a researcher at the college. Going back to gain of function, the definition of the gain of function in this research is to increase virulence, the ease of spread, or host range of dangerous pathogens. Why would you increase the virulence and increase the ease of spread of a virus? Why? That year, funding had been postponed in the U.S. due to the moratorium on risky virology studies involving influenza, MERS, and SARS viruses. But the work continued in China. Remember, this is a joint effort with the United States and China. How far deep into the United States government? Who knows? The United States National Institute of Health allowed it to proceed under the review of the agency, said Ralph Bork, an infectious disease expert for the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. The National Institute of Health concluded the work was not so risky as to fall under the moratorium. So, screwing with viruses to make them, more potent, didn't fall under that risk, according to them. There was 2 scientists that were adamantly against this whole research because of the threat and the risk to humans. Wayne Hobson was one, and Richard Ebright. One of them said, the list of scholars associated with this Frankenstein of a virus is Bellinzona Institute of Microbiology in Zurich, Switzerland, and Harvard Medical School. Everybody remembers not too long ago about the Harvard scientist that, I don't know if he got caught with the stuff, he was getting paid by China to research it or what. Then rumor was that a couple days later he was dead. So I don't know much about that one. In November of 2015, in Nature's Medicine or Nature magazine, these magazines are some of the most well-respected magazines around the world in the science and medical community, so keep that in mind. Scientists investigate a virus called SHCO14, which, the year they put on viruses, COVID-19, 2019, SHCO14, 2014. Scientists investigate a virus called SHCO14 found in horseshoe bats in China. Researchers created a chimeric virus made up of surface protein of SHCO14 and the backbone of SARS virus that had been adapted to grow in mice and to mimic human disease. This SHCO14 is a dangerous virus. Why in the world would you make it join it up with the virus that humans are already dealing with, funded by the U.S. government? Keep that in mind. Wayne Hobson disapproves of the study because of the risk to humans. SHCO14 viruses in bats would need to evolve to pose a threat to humans, a change that may never happen, although it can't be ruled out. So Barrett reconstructed the virus from its genome sequence and found it grew poorly in human cells. It's a dangerous virus, but it didn't jump from a bat. The virus alone can't do it. At the time of the study, it would have to evolve. It would have to take a long time to evolve to ever jump into humans. So it didn't jump by itself. November 12th, an experiment, this was in Nature magazine too, an experiment that created a hybrid version of a bat coronavirus. One related to the virus that causes SARS has triggered new debate over whether engineering lab variants of viruses with possible pandemic potential is worth the risk. Published in Nature, November the 12th, 2015. Let me go back, just so everybody can understand that. In Nature magazine, an experiment that created a hybrid version of a bat coronavirus, non-natural. That's the problem. One related to the virus that causes SARS has triggered new debate over whether engineering lab variant viruses with possible pandemic potential is worth the risk. Published November the 12th, 2015. Richard Ebright said, and it's quoted, "The only impact of this work is the creation in a lab of a new non-natural risk." That's what we're looking at. Both Richard Ebright and Warren Hobson are critics and denounce the entire research. Now, jumping back to my earlier notes, February 2020. Keeping in mind the United States funded this woman's research, funded the Wuhan Institute of Virology in China to do this research. February 2020. Zhengli Shi and her team published a paper in Cell Research showing that remdesivir, I don't know how to say that word, REMDESIVIR, an experimental drug owned by Gilead Sciences, had a positive effect in inhibiting the virus in vitro and applied for a patent for the drug in China on behalf of the Wuhan Institute of Virology. She co-authored a paper labeling the virus Disease X. And a friend of mine called me a couple of days ago just to let me know Bill Gates put up $125 million to anybody that came up with a vaccine for what we're dealing with right now. That's mighty interesting. 2018, discovery of a novel bat coronavirus in South China that uses the same receptor as MERS. That was convenient. Senator Rand Paul, a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people don't like his dad. These two are libertarians. And for those that don't know, libertarian is not liberal. Libertarian is probably the most defenders of the Constitution than anybody. They're defenders of liberties. They try to hang on to them. That's why they're attacked so hard from the right and the left, which everybody is manipulated by to, freaking worshipers of one side or the other are nuts. I don't understand that stuff. But Senator Rand Paul recently said, we absolutely must resist government run amok taking advantage of a crisis. This is how liberty dies. Stand up, America, and resist. The DOJ seeks new emergency powers amid coronavirus pandemic. This is a United States Senator telling you what's going on. So, people better start really paying attention to this stuff. There's a lot more going on. And what are we doing? We're all freaking hiding in our houses and stuff. Another doctor came on last night, said at least half of the people tested for the coronavirus already had antibodies in their system, which means they were already exposed to it, already had it, either had mild flu-like symptoms or no symptoms at all. It's people that have underlying conditions, people that are already at risk, that are having major problems. If somebody looked like, or they didn't know they had problems, this will let you know that they had problems. There's a whole lot more. I know, people want to be entertained. People want to see happy things. Everybody does. But sometimes you got to look at the ugly picture. Things ain't always what they seem. You better start paying attention. I think we're in for an ugly ride right here. Wait till you see the laws that come from this right here. Y'all take care.